Right. Good afternoon. Oh, fuck. Good afternoon, everybody, or good morning, or whatever time it is for you. Now, this is day. Honestly, I've lost count at this point. Jeez, this is not as comfy as I thought. I just hope the top of my head's not getting chopped off. It's kind of why I wanted to stand down here. Oh well, that should be fine. By the end of this video, you will know why the right energy is so important on a sales call in a sales environment, and also how to ensure that you show up to your sales calls with the right energy. Now, before I get into that, just give a little bit of a update in terms of my 30 rack Zach weakness tracker, the things that I've been doing. So I have a tendency to always go above and beyond and put so much out there for me to go and achieve. Do you know what I mean? I push myself so hard. I'm like, I can do this and do this and do this and do this and do this. And I'll put 7 or 8 different things on my plate rather than just a couple. And that's kind of what I've been doing. So I've narrowed my weakness tracker down a little bit to things that are going to be the most needle moving, I guess. But anyway, I'm feeling good about life. The biggest one I realized is getting up on my first alarm. Because I would snooze it and set another one 30 minutes later, and that's just the worst way you can start the day. So now, to get a little tick on my weakness tracker, something I have to do is get up on my first alarm, and I think that's a good addition. But now into the purpose of the video, right? The most memorable quote that I remember from my first sales mentor, Connor Weston, is that sales is a transfer of energy. Sales is a transfer of energy, and it's so true. To give you an example, and I always use this example, when I was little, and you're probably the same, I remember going to my mum at times being like, hey mum, I'd want some pocket money, or I'd want something from her. So I would go and go, hey mum, how you going? Love you so much. Whatever, something along those lines. And she's always like, what do you want then? Come on, spit it out. Because she can tell from my energy and the way that I'm asking her and talking to her that there is an ulterior motive and that there's something else there. Humans are like that. Yes, she's your mum, but any human is like that. Even if they've got low intelligence or awareness, they have that instinct to be able to pick up on those sorts of things. It's the same on a sales call. If you're attached to the outcome or in any kind of way, or you're not genuinely curious, or you don't actually care about your prospect and the results that they get, or whatever it's going to be, then they're going to feel that and reciprocate that kind of energy, meaning that if you don't care, then they're not going to open up and share with. If they don't feel like you care, they're obviously not going to feel comfortable being vulnerable with you and giving you valuable pieces of information. And something to ensure that it's not just that as well, if you're nervous, if you're scared on that sales call, and if you're thinking, oh, sales is it's a scam and I'm just trying to steal money off these guys or whatnot, then they're going to feel that as well. And the call's obviously not going to go well. There is an idea, a concept that I quite like about how you should kind of approach sales calls when it comes to your energy and your perspective. And I learned it from my first sales manager on the first offer I was closing on. And we call it the doctor frame. And it's when you go to the doctor, you sit in your place, regardless of who you are. You can be the president of whatever. You sit down in that doctor's office and you tell the doctor what the issue is. The doctor's then going to ask you questions to diagnose the problem and give you advice. You're there because you know the doctor has a solution to your problem. A sales call is exactly the same. If you're a closer, it is your sales call. You are the doctor in the doctor's office. The office is the Zoom call. And the prospect is the patient coming in with a problem that you have the solution to. Your job is to be the authority, lead the conversation, probe and ask questions about their problem, their experience, how long it's been going on, how it's impacting them, etc., to properly diagnose it and help them make a decision in terms of like what solution, what avenue they want to go down in order to actually solve their problem. And I remember adopting that frame of mind and reminding myself of it before getting on sales calls. It was the biggest needle mover in terms of my energy, my confidence, and the authority that I came onto my sales calls with. Because in the beginning, I was very much in the frame of mind of, shit, I'm on a sales call and I don't want to fuck up, and how am I going to handle this type of person, and you know, how am I going to convince them to give me $5,000 or whatever? And that is just not the frame of mind that you want to be coming onto the call with. It is like your energy and how you make the prospect feel is the biggest needle mover compared to word tracks or fancy reframes and all this kind of shit. The biggest thing you can get down is your confidence and conviction on the calls, because that is how you build trust and come across as an authority, in which means that the prospect is going to respect you and do what you need them to do. So sales is a transfer of energy, and that is how you can show up on sales calls with the right energy, and that is why it is so important. That's it for today, people. Have a good one.